Today, we are going to take the branches of geography. The study of every subject is done according to some approach. In geography, two major approaches are used to study geography: systematic approach and regional approach. Systematic approach was given by Alexander von Humboldt, a German geographer. Here, a phenomenon is studied world over as a whole, and then identification of typologies is done. For example, if one wants to study natural vegetation, the study will be done at the world level as a first step. Then typologies such as equatorial rainforests, conical forests, monsoon forests, etc. will be identified. Regional approach was also given by a German geographer, Karl Ritter. In regional approach, the world is divided into regions at different hierarchical levels, and then all the geographical phenomena in a particular region are studied. These regions may be natural or political region. The phenomena in a region are studied in a holistic manner, searching for unity in diversity. Like any other subject, geography is also subjected for dualism. Earlier, scholars emphasized on physical geography only, but human beings, being a part and parcel of nature, have contributed through their cultural development. So, human geography developed with emphasis on human activities. Now, let's examine the branches of geography based on systematic approach. Based on this approach, geography has been classified into three major categories: physical geography, human geography, and biogeography. Physical geography includes geomorphology, which deals with the study of landforms and their evolution; climatology, which deals with the structure of the atmosphere and the elements of weather and climate; hydrology, it deals with the realm of water, including both fresh water and ocean water, as well as its impact on human lives and other organisms; soil geography, it deals with the study of soil formation, types, and their fertility. Human geography is classified as social or cultural geography, which deals with the study of society and cultural elements contributed by the society. Population and settlement geography, it deals with the study of population growth, density, distribution, etc. Settlement geography studies the characteristics of rural and urban settlements. Economic geography studies the economic activities of the people, including agriculture, tourism, etc. Historical geography study the historical process through which the space gets organized. Every region has undergone some historical experiences before attaining the present features. Political geography, it takes care of the political boundaries and its relation with the neighboring countries, as well as the political behavior of its population. Biogeography, which is the interface between physical and human geography, it includes plant geography, which studies the pattern of natural vegetation; zoography, which deals with the characteristics of animals and their habitats; ecology, which deals with the scientific study on characteristics of species; environmental geography, it deals with the environmental problems such as land degradation, pollution, etc. Now, let's examine the branches of geography based on regional approach. Based on this approach, it is classified as regional studies, which includes macro, meso, and micro regional studies. Macro like state, meso like district, micro like village. Regional planning comprises of country planning and town planning. Third is regional development. Fourth, regional analysis. There are two aspects in it: philosophy and methods and techniques. Technology has enabled the scholars to handle today large quantum of data. The internet provides extensive information. Thus, the capacity to attempt analysis has increased. If we see, this book deals with the fundamentals of physical geography. So, in the coming chapters, we are going to deal with the various parts of physical geography, which includes lithosphere, atmosphere, hydrosphere, and biosphere.